Hi, I'm Pete Hickman. I'm here at Route 11 near Attleborough, and I've got some questions that have been sent in from all you lovely people out there on Twitter and Facebook, so I'm going to answer a few of them for you. What would you be if you wasn't a motorcycle racer? Good question. I've done all sorts in my time. I've been a plasterer mainly, I've been a sheet metal engineer, I've been a powder coater, I've done all sorts. Anything I could get paid for. Take that any way you want. Right, question number 2. You let a fan name your current bike. Doris, have you always named your bikes? Not always, no. Every now and then, kind of more than anything. I don't know, we just kind of fancied doing something. My mechanic had actually named my previous bike that I then broke at Snetterton through no fault of my own. I meant hence to add, but he'd named our other bike Janice. I can't tell you why she was named Janice, but she was named Janice. And when she was put to rest, we decided to name the new bike. What's your favourite movie, TV show? Anything that's funny, light-hearted. Like a bit all sorts really. I don't watch too much TV, but I've been generally light-hearted stuff and comedy stuff. But I have been watching Walking Dead recently, which is actually really good. I'm only just getting into it. I know I'm about 5 years behind everyone else, but that's the way I am with TV. What's the most important thing you always have with you? Unfortunately, usually my wallet and my phone. Wallet's probably the worst one with that one, but yeah, I've always got to have a phone. Unfortunately, nowadays with social media the way it is, and yeah, trying to keep everyone updated, it is a full-time job. What's the one thing you would like to achieve? I have many things I want to achieve. If it's racing wise, I want to win. I want to win everything. I'm greedy. I want to be British Super Bike champion, and I want to win TTs. I can't really decide between the two. It's quite hard to say between the two. I get asked quite a lot which I prefer, and I don't really have a preference if I'm honest. So either of the above will do. What's your favourite part of the TT circuit? That's from Dale in Norwich. Good question. There's loads and loads of parts obviously to the TT. It's nearly 38 miles round. One of my favourite sections, Union Mills. It's really good, it's really fast. You get to go through the wall and past the pub really close, and that always gives you a good sense of speed. And it flows really quite nice through there, and there's a little jump right in the middle of it, right as you change direction. So I really enjoy the Union Mills section. But I generally love the whole TT circuit, to be quite honest. There's not a part of it I don't like, so yeah.
Bonus.
Who would win in an arm wrestle between you and James Ellison? This is quite a funny one. We actually nicknamed James Ellison Barry Big Arms because he's always in the gym and he loves his fitness. It'd be quite a tough one, to be quite honest. I've got a bit more leverage than him, but I would say actually he's probably got a bit more muscle than me. So maybe we'll have to test this theory out and find out. His actually on a slightly different tangent. His crew chief Spanner, aptly named Spanner, my ad, is unbelievable at arm wrestling. Unbelievable. He wiped the floor with the whole team in January when we were testing in Spain. In fact, didn't even break a sweat with the whole team. So there you go. Who won Macau GP last year? Will you be racing this year? I like answering with stuff like that. I won it last year. I was the first person to win it actually at the first attempt. I'd never raced it before, which is in 50 years, which is quite nice, 49 years. And yes, I will be attending this year. We'll be back this time on a Kawasaki. I'm taking Doris with me with the JG Speedfit Kawasaki team GB Moto, and we'll be aiming to repeat my success from last year. As the season has progressed, you have broken a series of personal best lap times. What one was your favourite? Lucy in Cambridge. Good question. I broke my personal record at Cadwell, but only just. And I was really disappointed that I only broke it just. A lot of other places I've been, I broke it by a long way. So I actually only broke it by 0.2 at Cadwell, which for me wasn't enough. Both Donington Park and Alton Park that we've been to recently, I smashed my personal best lap records by a long Probably Alton Park's probably the best one. I broke it by nearly 1.5 seconds, which is massive amount. And I broke right into the 34s, which is really fun. I've never even done a 34 around Oak Park until this year, so I'd say that one's probably my favourite. Are you a Star Wars or Star Trek fan? Beth in Norwich. Not particularly. I don't mind them. Yeah, they're not my favourite thing. My dad loves, he's a proper Trekkie fan, my dad is, especially the old stuff. But no, I've watched them, to be fair, all the new films and stuff I've watched, but it's just not really my kind of thing. Can Andy A get a Steadicam for behind the scenes footage? Hashtag motion sickness. Yeah, we'll have to have a chat with Andy A about that one, won't we? I don't know, he seems to be a bit jittery now. Maybe he has too much coffee in the morning and it kind of makes him a bit too on edge. We'll have to have a chat with him about that. What do you do to relax? Do you play sport? John in Ipswich. I don't know, I'm quite a chilled out person if you can't guess that already. Yeah, I don't tend to have a problem relaxing. I can chill out. I do some sports. Nothing major in particular. Anything with wheels and engines I'm obviously interested in. And yeah, I don't know, a bit of mountain biking. I love mountain biking, it's good fun. Just getting Mrs. into that as well, actually. She's quite enjoying it as well. So yeah, a bit of anything, a bit of all sorts. During race preparation, John McGuinness puts a penny in his leathers. Do you have any rituals? TT fan from Twitter. Well, Mr. TT fan from Twitter, whoever you are. Not particularly. I'm not very superstitious. However, I've always kind of got dressed into my leathers in a certain way, and I don't really know why, and I've always done it the same way. And that's always left leg into the leathers first and then the right leg. No idea why. Always put my boots on before actually putting the top half of my leathers on. Again, I don't really know why. But funnily enough, when I put my gloves on, it's always right glove first, then left glove. Go figure. I have no idea. It's just the way I've always done it, and I've kind of kept it on. So that's as pretty much as a ritual as I do. You ride the Iron Maiden Trooper sponsored bike. What was it like to meet the band at Download, Kira in London? I've met Bruce a couple of times now, actually. I've not met the whole band, if I'm completely honest. I've only met Bruce. And he's absolutely mega. The guy is really down to earth, which is really refreshing. You know, he's a global superstar. You know, the first time I met him, he came up on the train. He did like 2.5 hours from London on the train, just as any kind of regular person would do. Had his cap on and his bag on and just looked dead normal, and I really liked that about him. When I was talking to him, he was dead normal, and he's actually really interested in it, and that almost surprised me a bit as well. You know, they were on tour this year. They had a world tour this year, and when we went to Download, he knew what lap times I'd done, where I'd finished. Like, he was on tour at the time that we were at the TT, and he obviously took time out to have a look and to really get into it. And he was telling me what I'd done. So for me, that was really nice. I really enjoyed that fact, and he's just a mega guy. Really cool. Do you use the same bike for the Isle of Man and BSB? Roy in Sutton. Yes, I do actually. It is the same bike. There's slight differences, but in general it's exactly the same bike. The only difference on the roads, I tend to use, well, I do use Dunlop tyres. In Pirelli, in BSB we have to run the Pirellis. We don't get a choice. On the roads you can run what you want. So my preferred choice is Dunlop. Other than that, the bike pretty much stays the same. There's a few things that the team do just to make sure that the bikes, because of the bumps and stuff on the TT compared to short circuit racing, they're kind of a bit more belt and braces everywhere. Is probably the best way of describing it. You know, they make sure things don't rattle apart, which we don't normally get that problem at BSB. But obviously, you're around the TTs. The bike gets absolutely hammered. So yeah, that's pretty much the only difference. And my last question: why aren't you at Scarborough? Tim Harvey, Route 11. I've never done Scarborough. I don't really have time, if I'm completely honest. It's not that I have anything against the event. My dad's done it. My dad's raced there, won big international there. It's not that I have anything against the event. It's simply I have 12 rounds of BSB plus testing. I then do the Northwest 200, the TT, Ulster Grand Prix, Macau Grand Prix, You know, that's 16 weekends of the year plus testing. You know, there's not much time to be able to do anything else and catch a breather. So that's really the only reason that I don't do Scarborough.